Hi, my name is Jonathan Diggs, and this is my 7th year teaching at Providence Classical. Before I was a teacher, I was an engineer and a youth pastor, and so I teach kind of a wide range of subjects here at PCS. I teach business math this year, Greek 1 and 3, physics, biology, and earth science. So those are my classes this year. If you ever need to talk to me about anything, please don't hesitate. My email address is jdiggs@pcsvirginia.org, and I have my phone number in the email that I sent out so that you can reach me with that. Don't hesitate to do that. Send me a text, give me a call. I want to be here and available to you, and if there are any problems, I'd rather deal with them as soon as possible rather than waiting for them to get worse. So by all means, feel free to reach out to me. I try to put, this year I'm trying to put all of my lesson plans and assignments on RenWeb. We did that last year when we were in lockdown, and I thought it was a better process overall in terms of just communicating with the students. And so each week I'm going to have the lesson plans up for the class, and then any assignments I'll try to link there so that if a student misses it or loses it or whatever, they can go on RenWeb and download them. If there seems to be a conflict between what I said in class and what is up on RenWeb, please tell the student to go over to do what I said in class, because I may not have gotten a chance to update what is on RenWeb yet. And if there's any confusion, again, just text me. For students who may be absent, just know that say if you miss 2 days, you've got 2 full days after the student comes back in order to make up any missed work. So I just, particularly in the time that we're in, just want to make sure we're really clear on the expectations there. And so just try to have as much grace as I can for that. Beyond that time, it is considered late, and any late assignments we penalize at a letter grade per day. So I think that's about it in terms of general announcements. Like I said, feel free to reach out to me. We've considered an honor to be teaching your children. It's fun to interact with them and to be with them and to see what they're doing. And certainly great to do that in person this year. So we're here for them. I'm here for you as a family, and please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. So Earth Science is in 7th period. It's the last class of the day, and I'm excited to be teaching Earth Science. I've never taught Earth Science before, although I currently teach physics and biology, and I did an environmental engineering background at Virginia Tech, and so the material is very familiar to me, and it's a fun topic to teach 8th graders. They're so inquisitive and they want to know so many things. And like this past week, we were learning about the solar system, and they were so engaged. And so it's really been a pleasure to teach them. And so Earth Science covers all kinds of aspects of our planet. The hydrosphere, atmosphere, geosphere, and biosphere. Your students should be able to define those very well at this point. We'll also learn about matter, materials, rocks, plate tectonics, volcanoes, earthquakes, soils, surface and groundwater, earth history, oceanography, the atmosphere, and weather. So if you talk to a middle school student, there's at least something in there that will hold their interest, I hope. And so my goal is to make this a class where they really learn a lot, but it's also a class where they're just inspired to learn more about the world around them. And so far it's really been a pleasure to teach them. The textbook that we're using this year is, I'm excited to be using it. It's developed specifically for classical schools, and it's got a bit of a different approach to learning than I've had from other science curriculums. One of the things that's different about it, you'll notice right off the bat, is that it's a lot thinner than most science books, and I've never made it through an entire science textbook teaching ever. They're always so big that you can never hope to make it all the way through. And so this has much more reasonable goals, I think, and they've really selected, these are the main things we really want to teach the students, and let's stick to that. So I really appreciate that about the textbook. The other thing that the textbook author really kind of set up was a schedule for learning. And so one of the most important things that the students are going to be doing is taking weekly quizzes. And so the quizzes are going to be on Wednesdays, and they will cover the previous week's material. Whatever we cover is fair game, but if I didn't cover it, obviously it's not fair game. So for instance, this coming Wednesday, we're going to have a quiz on everything we learned Monday through Friday the previous week. And so the students are very aware of that. We've been covering that material, but we've also already been reviewing. And so they know that that quiz is coming up. And I'm going to try my very best to hold on to that throughout the course of the year so that it's predictable and the students can understand what the schedule is. The quizzes themselves are the bulk of the grade. They don't actually do tests besides the quizzes. What they do is they do these weekly quizzes, and then previous material from other quizzes is always fair game. And so what they're trying to do is to not let the students just cram for a test and then pass it and then forget and move on. And so constantly throughout the year, I'll be reviewing the things, not that they've just learned, but also the things that they learned, throughout the course of the year. So that means that the quizzes count a lot. They're 60% of the total grade. And so one of the ways that you can help the students with that, there are questions at the end of each section and at the end of each chapter. And those are the kinds of questions that are going to be on the quiz. And then there is also a list of vocabulary at the beginning of every chapter. I've given the students a link for where to go to find the Quizlet to study the vocabulary terms. There will not be specific vocabulary quizzes, but if they know the vocabulary, it'll really help them on the quizzes. And so I'm going to do a lot of review in class, and if you want to help with review at home, that's where I would start, with the questions at the end of each section and with the vocabulary review on Quizlet. If you have questions about that, please let me know. 15% will be homework assignments, where I'm just kind of checking that the students are doing the material and keeping up with the learning. 10% will be lab reports, and then another 15% will be special projects or presentations that we might do throughout the quarter. I'm going to try my best to just keep those light and fun and an opportunity to really just keep their grades up. So that's pretty much it for the course itself. The other thing that this new curriculum encourages us to do is to do a fall exam and a spring exam. So they'll have a cumulative exam in December and in May that covers everything throughout the course of the previous 2 quarters. I'll do tons of review for that so that they're ready for that. Again, there's just a real great need to make sure that the students are retaining the material longer than just to pass a test, but throughout the year. And so that's kind of the goal here for this curriculum. I'm excited about it. I'm also excited to teach your students. They're engaged. They're interested in what we're learning. They ask great questions, and so it's been fun already to get to teach them. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you and for the students. And so just thank you, and we're looking forward to a great year.